When we started working on this program work counter, I told you guys about the applications of this program. It often used in the real scenario like log analysis, data mining, or processing the data. So in this tutorial, I would like to show you how do we actually use this program work counter to scan and detects the error in the real log file. Before beginning that, let me show you guys how the real log file look like. It's gonna have like timestamp, the log level, the log severity level. Let me give you some more info about what is the log severity. Basically, the log severity levels categorize event in the software application based on the urgent or the impact, and you can Google and learn more about the log severity levels. But here I have a table that is summarize the log level and the numerical values along with. For example, the emergency that is one, alas, emergency is 0, alas is 1, critical is 2, error is 3, warning is 4, note is 5, notice is 5, information is 6, and debug is 7. And depend on the log level, you can show the condition of your software application regarding to the demand or like the urgence and the impact to your program. You can learn more as you go, but I don't want to keep this too long, so if you go back to the code now. If we use the program we wrote before, that is, instead of searching in the sample file, let's search through the log and we search for example the word error, and it will show us the frequency of the word error appear in the log, but it doesn't give you much the information or the detail about the log or actually what it's gonna do. So in this video, I'm going to enhance the function we wrote before for such specific works to contain the log level and expanding more detail in that program. So let's open that file. We need to modify this search specific works function to give us two things, that is the log level of the files and the timestamp. Let me clear out right in here for you. So the search specific works will return for us a timestamp and the log level. We want to analyze every single line in the log file we have. Let's change this to read line, and we might not need the lower because right now we go into the log file, read every single line, and that's what we want. And we need the word count. We might need to remove the punctuations because we're going to handle everything we can find in the clock. The probably command is for now, and we have here, let's change that to line. And that to line, maybe lies, linus. It better sound better, right? Isn't it? Yeah. And we're gonna extract the work from the lies. Work from the lie. To extract the file, you definitely need to you have to use the for loop to iterate in line because like we have more than one line, right? So every single line we will need to find the contents of that line. So maybe we need a counter for work counter to uh, oh no, define the work counter in the counter. We passing empty for now, and let's see if in the line right here we don't need this. So remove every single line. The first thing we may need to check if line match the specific log level when the in, when user provide and if log level. Oh, by the way, we might need the third parameters for this function search specific by passing the log level. And again, by default, it knows if the user doesn't want to search for that log level or they don't passing anything in the argument of the command, the Python script. And if the log and not lies lower on the, we want to lowercase on the string and string or like character in the one line, and we want to search for that log level. So we there the method start searching start with in Python. You can search for it. It's pretty helpful method. And it just I happen to be memorize those at I doing coding several year, and that I highly recommend this to put in your notes. And if so, so let's check this condition. So if we have the log level input and not the lines is not starting up with log level, then we continue to check the next line because like we couldn't find anything we're looking for in the first line we have. So of course we don't have to worry and just keep going, and we extract the works from the line. So because like we have checked if the line matches the specific log or not. Am I right? That's not the logic here. I'm kind of messed up here. So if we have it, we continue, and yes, that's a correct. Okay, I'm not sure this time, but let me talk out loud my logic, and we will see are there any problem at the time we run the program. And if for the I define the new variable called line test, and that line test is gonna take the lower case of the string. And again, like I say early, yeah, we're gonna reuse this one. So we need copy it, go down. Here we need to paste it here. Yeah, that's what we need. So remove the comment, and we're looking for the work, and that is just removed on the punctuations in that slide. That is now similar, okay. And then if the work counts update, so we want to add that work to the counter. We have declare up here, and we can check for the next line if that work appear again, so we can get the number of works we searching for in the so it still have the same functionality. We still can have ability for search for the work that return the frequency of the works in the log file, or we can have this another functionality to looking for the log level and the more information we want to ask for the program to searching for. So that way we want to keep both. And now after we go to all the lines in the test file, just return counts for specific work. And again, like we have down here, we iterate through the work list and we got what we want, the result, and if by default if like doesn't have to, we get the default by 0. And I already said a lot in the previous video. If you want to check it out, then I will give the link below. And here we got the result, and we still return the results, and we also like can keep the try and except block. Let me clean out a little bit. We don't remove the punctuation. Let's try and save. So let's see if the function still performance as XE. So we still search for example one. Oh, okay. So small problem. That is the tuple that happen when you're using Vim. Here you go. So right now the search specific functions, it have the same abilities before that. We still can search for the work and it return the frequency of the works through the whole test file. But the way we modify the implementation is a little bit different. That is, instead of reading the whole test file, we reading every single line, and it return for a link of the every single line in the text file, and then we walk through and we check if that a log level or not, and if we passing any log level. If not, then we just keep going through the normal functionality of the search specific work. Let's clean up a little bit the break line and make everything look more consistency. Alright, now we need to think about how we would like to passing the arguments. Right now we have counter, not cow. Come on. And we have the way we're using this Python scripts at the Python CLI. That's it. We go into the work file. We supply the path, the file path, and there are a couple options we can do. We can return the top and works we're looking for, or we can search for specific
work or search specific link of the work we're looking for. Now we need another option. Let's call that lock level. Level lock. It makes more sense. Level lock, lock level. Okay, let's call that level lock. And you want to pass that the level. How would you going to modify this one to look for the specific level? So right now, as we know, we have the search option, and we also have the option for return the top cows. In the driver course, we want to update the option for the user to given the level lock, and to keep that simple, let's modify the check if the most for the level lock is requested. So in here we still need to keep it to this, and we need to check if the land of the system argument whether is greater than 3, and the system argument whether 2 equal the level lock. Similar to the search, but it gonna perform different functionality. So we're gonna change this one to else, and yeah, that's work. And now inside of this function, we want to check for the SK. When the argument is not equal 4, it means it doesn't satisfy the argument passing in the CLI for this scripting, because like look right here, you need the first argument is Python 3, second is the word count, the third is the file path, and you have the option to like top search, so you're gonna be like third is the 4 and the 5 is the level lock you're looking for. So if the length of the system argument vector not equal 4, so the length is not long enough, so it means we have to provide the single lock level after the level. So I'm gonna bring out the error message, say yo, you need to provide a single lock level after level lock. Ah, I cannot tap anymore. And for example, like level lock error. With this, the user can have the vision of like how it look like, and now we need to get the lock level from the term argument vector for the element number 3 is mean because like it count from 0, so the in that 3 is mean the element at position 4. I think you already know this one, why I have to talking about this one. And you want to get the log of entire some entire file, entire lines, like the whole line. So how do we get that? Because our goals is to get the timestamp and the log level. I was thinking like in here after we get the log level, we start like extract timestamp, stamp in the line. Hmm, interesting. Let me read through it again. I saw we have some tuple here, so we don't need this. Modify, check if. Anyone said like get the file path. Okay, and here. So let's run this one to see if we hit into this error first, and then we can come back and think about how we're going to start extract the timestamp along with the log level. So instead of search, we want to giving the level log syntax error to the level log. Oh, I see. We make one thing, and so at least we know like kicking into this block of code. That is the good thing. Yo, you need to provide single file and the outbrand because like we never add anything. So if we add like error, see what it's gonna return? Return nothing first because right now we haven't performed the examination, the log level at that slide yet. Now let's go back to the course one more time. We need to add access. We need to extract the time by create a helper function. So define a helper function to get the log out for the level log. Let's go up here about the driver code. We define a new function car process log, and in process log we manage the file path and also the level log, and we then it's mean in here. Let me think. Delete this is all we need for the process log functions, and I think pretty much we're gonna do the same thing. We going to the file, so let me copy this down here. So we still need this line for go and read through the file. Likely we going to write the same functions at the search specific work to put that in the try block. So if we have got the better error handler later. I think that's it on we want and with on at the file reading 1, 2, 3, 4, and we still get the line equal the file read line, and in here different we need to store the timestamp and the log level into the list. So store timestamp and level log. We have the log entry that is the variable name, and that is empty for now. And we still go into the for line. In line, we need to see we extract. How we going to extract the timestamp and the log level using the regular expressions. And this is the most challenging this time. So much. Let's see how we going to get that out from the line. What regular expression? Let's get the log file one more time. So let's try and save this one. And let me cast out the log file. So in here we have the pattern test. Let me get the test out. That is year 205, 2025, 07, 33, and at 12, 13, 01, in 4. So this is one of the example. We need to find a pattern for our regular expression to get this out of the line in the test file. Now let's go back the code and see how we're gonna do that. So the first thing we always need in the regular expression, of course, we need to count the regular size to define the match in the regular expression. It's gonna be the same here. We want to open and close quotes, and the first digit is 2025. So we going to backslash digit is 4, and the next one was 7 with the dash in between. So we're gonna backslash d 2 digit, right? Okay, and again dash 2, and now if when we hit the space, we might space, and we're gonna do the same thing for for hour, I believe hour, and then the colon in the middle for minute, like slutty to 2 colon for the second, still the digit with the 2, and a comma, and the backslash d digit for 3. It has ons. Oh, we do need the log level as well. In the regular expression to count the string, you can have the s representative. So let me write here the s backslash s plus, because we have the space in the between. I believe that is how the pattern look like. So the regular expression, it is often used to build the patterns of the string you want to cast out. Is that catch out or like? But anyway, you want to build the template or the pattern of the string you want to extract from some source test file. So in here, like what I'm doing, just build the regular expression to extract this string we have right now. That is this string we want to get for us. So the string, let's go back. Say again, string with the a matching one or more, or like with the space or the tab, and for the space and tab, we might need the similar with what we have in the previous search specific work. W for white space, you only need a backslash, and you need here and close to handle any white space or tab or like between timestamp and the log level. And of course, we need to pass in the line that is the test file we build the regular present for. Okay, that look good. And it's simple here. If we check if the mask it have something, we got the timestamp gonna be matched with the first pass of the regular expression we build. That is the D4, D2, D2, D2. So that is the group one. As they saying here, like we have like 24, 20, I mean 2025, 7, and year. So this group gonna be returned the timestamp. The level gonna be March, and the group 2, and we want to uppercase the log level to make it important. At this time, we got the timestamp, but we want to see if the level is not the specific log level we're looking for, right? And we need another checkpoint. Check if check only if level match the specific specify log level. So if level dot equal the level log dot log, okay, we passing, then we go into append or like put to the log entry we have up here. The log entry append forgot times, and we want to return them at the top, so it is immutable. Yeah, in Python, when you create a tub and assign the first value and second value at the pair, that is immutable. You cannot change it. That's what we want here. And we're going to return it. If we couldn't find anything, it return for the empty. So, and to complete the try and except block to handle the error exception, still the same. I'm going to copy the one up above here. Why? I remember the key combination now. That is YY for copy the single line, and you have to put in the normal mode of theme, that is you tap escape and you tap the P for pacing down. See, that try to practice theme at the same time with coding in Python here, and YY go down that. Yeah, see, haha, that's how we improve our programming skill by learning from our mistake. And we return no. Anything that is pretty much what we need. Yeah, that is pretty much what we need. So let's go back to driver code. In here, like we already defined the helper function called the process log. Now we just need to get and bring them out. Let's go here. We define the log entry equal process log, and we're passing the file path along with the log level. You can call that log level or level log. It doesn't matter much for the name variable as long as they have the meaning. And if we have the log entry return not empty, not no, then we going to bring out the log entry for log level upper, because I want to return that at the upper key to emphasize the importance of the log level here. And you're gonna have timestamp. That's on. Oh, not yet. So you return timestamp. That's what we timestamp and the log level. Okay. Timestamp log level. Close it. If the log entry is have more than one value, or like have the value inside, we go into the tub stamp level in log entry, and we bring out timestamp along with the level, that is log level. Now we're going to bring yo no log level wow for the level log for log level. Oh my god, I'm messing up between log level and level log. They're about the same. Why don't I just make it so hard for myself? Down upper. Yeah, so that is pretty the course. Let's try to run it and see what can happen. Clear them out. And so in here we have the log error. Oh, yo, then no log level file. Let's see, what are we mixing? The syntax error will never close. Line number 89. Let's go back to the file. The word count. Line number 89. You have can colon A9. Print. Oh, we never have this one. But that is the syntax error. It still doesn't give us any file, right? Oh, I know why. So it return no. Let's see the logic one more time. If the log is not no, we bring out. Did we ever bring this out? Okay, we get there. However, like we didn't detect any log level in that file with like there a bug in the program for sure. Go back, we get the log. We don't even get the log level out. Okay, at least like we passing the right file and right log level. So let's look at the process log again. File level. So it return for us. Oh, I see. Is that so? So if the file we're reading output where the cursor right here. Okay. So if we ever hit in here, here for log and bring here for line, and we also if here for log and if log ever getting this pawn. Okay, then I want to set like bring the length of the log entry. Okay, let's see. Oh, indent is not much any. Bummer. Mixing the parentheses. What? That's stupid. Told you the indents is pretty serious and sensitive in pattern. So we're here, one line length 0, 0. Huh. I guess our regular present patterns is wrong. Let's see. So we only for lines. We never getting to the match. I see. Stupid of me. So we forgot to group them out. So we have to divide them into group. Here, everything we need, right? And they include the tree, and this one group. And after that group, it can have the info string, white space, line. Now, okay, let's see if that fix the problem. Here we go. Aha! Yeah! See? That what we're mixing. Stupid regular present. That is what on we do. Let's clean out the code a little bit. Uh, we don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need this. And okay, again, try again. Yeah, yeah. So the log entry for the error block level. So we have like two of them in the file. Let's cut them out if that's correct. Ah, so the what right here, we will have one at 406. Yeah, two, two, two. Great. Let's try with different one. Car debug. Aha. What if we don't? We put something like nothing. Uh oh, not level hard file. Cool. See, oh my god, it took us so long to enhance this work counter course. And again, this might just like 1 hour interviews for you if you get into the on-site interview, but it worth up your time to walk through and talk out loud what you think the program's supposed to look like or what the function you propose, the logic, the algorithm. But eventually, you need to work out in your brain pretty quick. To be honest, like the regular present is my weakness. That's what I try to learn and improve here. And I would like to share this video to any of you who out there got same problem with me. But for now, that is the video for today. If you have any question, feel free comment down. If you like it, give me a thumb up. And more, just subscribe to my channel and see you guys later.